America is a white majority Christian country, and we are guests here. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So the only so 95% of people here are guests.
Yeah, dude. Nowadays, yeah, with the mass immigration, yeah.
He thought he said something.
Sneako and Myron had a debate after Sneako had seen Myron making some comments about Muslims.
There's a reason why they're doing that. I'm not stupid. All right? They're shutting down Times Square, praying with loudspeakers and shit to do what? To assert dominance. Okay?
They decided to get up on a stream and talk it out.
Here's the thing, man. Like, praying in a symbolic Western location that's a tourist destination.
What about...
Okay, real fast, for those of you who are like, what's going on? They're having a debate about whether or not it's acceptable for Muslims to be in Times Square praying. So Muslims had organized some kind of event where a bunch of them were in Times Square praying as a group. They weren't being disruptive, they weren't, but Myron's arguing that, you guys are guests in this country, you have no business doing that. Despite the fact that if you've ever been to Times Square, there's dudes selling CDs, folks performing, everything. Times Square is a big fucking mess.
You shouldn't pray in Times Square. There's Naked Cowboy.
But I went to go watch the video, and if you go watch it,
I could care less.
Don't make me get my cowboy hat, boy. I'm going to start by saying, I think a lot of people, including myself, were wrong about Sneako in some regards. I didn't want to include this because it wasn't in the video, because I guess during the live we didn't come back to it. But what I was wrong about Sneako, and I wanted to include this because I think it's worth saying. Sneako got the label of being a grifter because he constantly changed his worldviews or his opinions quite a lot. Depending on who he was hanging around, you felt like he was always just swaying with the wind. I remember there's a lot of memes about that at the time, and we definitely played into that, especially when he was, converting to Islam. During that time period, there's a lot of people who were kind of wearing the veneer of religion whilst doing none of the labor. They were mocking atheists, and at the same time doing none of the work that's associated with being someone of faith. And rightly so, a lot of them were called grifters, Sneako among them. However, I think Sneako has put in the time, he's put in the work, and me personally, when I see someone making a real effort to follow their convictions, I think it's worth commending. And at the end of the day, whether you support everything he says or not, that's not really the point. I think what matters is that we need more people involved who believe in the things that they say and who try to have a consistent track record. And I like to, give those flowers when I'm wrong about things. So that's about it. Nothing more than that. So there you go. I was wrong. Very easy.
What I'm saying is, as a guest, right? Because we are guests here. I think
what does that mean? What, guess?
We're guests. This is not a Muslim country. This is not a Muslim country.
It's a freedom of religion country.
Yeah.
It's a secular country.
Okay.
What do you mean we're guests? I'm a citizen here. I'm not a guest.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. I'm not a guest. I have a passport. I was born here.
Of course.
Even when you pledge allegiance as an American, I grew up
pledge allegiance saying by God. The God is mentioned in the
pledge allegiance. Do you say Jesus? They believe.
You say God.
You don't say Jesus.
You say God.
I watched the video. It really wasn't disruptive, but Myron's arguing it's not your home country. You're a guest here. And then Sneako's like, well, I'm a citizen. Why would you say I'm a guest in my own country? And that's where we're at. I also want to say the God part in the Pledge of Allegiance was added in the 50s, the 1950s. It wasn't actually there in the founding of America. Mm-hmm. It was added during the Cold War. The reason why is because the Russians were considered theists. They didn't have a religion. And so to differentiate themselves, the Americans began mentioning God a lot to separate themselves.
It's your mentality approaching thinking that we're guests here.
Yeah, I think we're guests here. That is
Dude, Myron, we were born here.
No, the Islamic faith and the religion of Islam, you are a guest as a Muslim in the United States.
I'm not a guest in my home.
Bro, we are guests here.
We
are guests here.
We were born here. So now your faith makes you a guest.
Yes, if you're going to open, yes, to a degree, yes.
To a degree, or?
Yeah, because obviously everything is like nuanced, like nothing is absolute. But like the point I'm trying to make is that the Islamic faith, as this is not a Muslim country, so therefore, since
what about
this is not a
Catholics?
Muslim country,
Are Catholics guests? Because it was founded by Protestants?
I would say they're closer to.
So they're still guests?
I would say they're, because here's the thing with Catholicism, Christianity, all of it, it's all kind of one. I look at them all as the same. Like they all believe in Jesus. They all believe in Jesus.
They disagree with each other, of course, fundamentally.
But I just wanted to pause right there. How familiar are you with like the inner beefs between Protestants, Orthodox, Catholics?
Somewhat. So,
do they all think they're the same?
No, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, the reason why the name Protestant is there is because they protested against Catholicism. Calvinist church is another one. Calvin decided, yo, I'm a leave. This other lady created the Mormons. Like they all effed off of the religion that they are in. Like, no, they don't think that they're the same.
Some of them don't even think that the other ones are going
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They left at some point. They're like, I'm out. So they're not. They're really like, even I remember when I was going to church when I was a kid. We're Baptist. I was raised Baptist, right? So, Pentecostal, something else. Although they're a part of the Baptist, you could say, but they're not. It's really like games.
Really you were raised Baptist? You were raised Baptist?
I was raised Baptist.
I was raised spectator, so I got to watch them fight. Okay? In my country, we have Protestants and Orthodox.
Yes.
Orthodox niggas don't play.
No.
They
don't play.
They spend all day like, this is them every day in church. For hours. Once I found out, like, I was dating a girl who was Orthodox, I'm like, yo, I like church and music and dance.
No, you don't.
We don't.
That's not us.
They just stay in
That's not
all
us.
day
That's
long.
them. That's the heathen over there. Us, because just right there, between Catholics and Baptists, right? Just the difference in the way that we clap on beat.
Speak on it.
Catholics clap on one.
Okay.
We clap on an upbeat. Let's say I say ABC. That's a Catholic singing the ABCs. A, B. No, it's better than that. A, B, C, D, E, F, Dominum, H. They slide a little bit of Latin in that bitch. H. But us, A, B, C, D, E, F. But because we're lively and we're up like that, we're up tempo, the Catholics were looking at us like, nah, you can't rejoice like that in the house of, and then you got the Pentecostal. They step to another. They go on another step. After all of that, depending on where you're from in the world, they're gonna judge each other.
Oh, yes.
So Baptists from Africa, Baptists from Jamaica, Baptists from Haiti are not gonna look. They're gonna be like, "You sing like that? What's that gibberish you talking about?" It's weird. Because you have to remember that black people hate everything about slavery except religion, right? So they're really gonna look at each other.
Yeah. Yo, preach. Whenever religion comes up, you can feel that deep-rooted, like, oh, nigga, I'm tight. Pause.
But it's really.
You know what?
Chat. Let me know if that was not a bar.
Tripping, but if we not gonna open that can of worms, why'd you pop the lid on it?
Hey, listen.
It's gonna spoil.
I just want to get a whiff.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to get a whiff.
All right.
That's not a bar?
All right.
That's not a bar. Chat, tell me that's not a bar.
All right. I had to make a corporate decision. I just went.
They saw me laugh. They can't know it's me anyway. They don't
know what was said, okay? And let them speculate. Now, we're going to go back to the video. Y'all, listen, guys, I want to welcome to our show, Aladdin and Preach.
It's Miss Cleo for you. Let me tell you what's in your future. Next caller.
So you believe we're guests in our own country?
Here's the thing: Hindus, Jews, Muslims, we're all guests in America. Being honest, we all are. I'm not just saying this is as Muslims we're guests. I think.
What about minorities? Are minorities guests in America?
Like, what do you mean minorities? Like blacks and shit like that? Or
anybody not
Asians?
white? Anybody not white?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yeah.
We're also guests.
Yeah.
So you could have been forced to come here 400 years ago, forced to build the infrastructure, given your freedoms, have like 10 generations here.
But because of your religion.
That's how much this guy's busy on his feet licking boots. You think that shit makes sense?
Hey, that tongue would be rough. Licking on that boot. If he's happy doing what he does and he feels no type of way, then you know what?
Keep licking boots.
Keep licking.
Yeah. No.
To be a true American, you need to be a white Christian.
I never said that.
Anybody not
Asians?
white? Anybody not white?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yeah.
We're also guests.
Yeah, we are Americans, but we are guests here.
Huh?
We're Americans, but like we're not the, I guess, original Americans.
Okay, so what about Europeans, like people with second generation Europeans who came here?
Ooh, yo, Sneako's cooking. Sneako's asking the right questions because he's dissecting the worldview. And he's like, well, so it's for white Americans. Well, what about the Europeans who just arrived way after we did? Like, do they also get to stay in this? And you're going to watch this shit unravel really fast.
Okay, so if I'm a white guy and my parents immigrated here after World War II, and I'm a white Christian,
and my parents are from Germany, right?
And you came here after World War
Yeah,
II.
am I a guest?
I would say from framers' perspective, if you came like you were here in the 1700s, like if you have lineage back to like the colonial individuals,
What is that, like 5% of the country?
probably not as much. Yeah, I mean, probably
so
not
everyone's a guest here.
a lot. Yeah.
So whose country is it? It's just those 5% of people?
I would say it's America is a white majority Christian country, and we are guests here. Yeah, that's what I would say.
So so the only
what it is.
so 95% of people here are guests.
Yeah, dude. Nowadays, yeah, with the
95%
mass immigration, yeah.
He thought he said something. He really, like when he said that, he was like, "Oh, I think I have something here." Oh, yeah. But I mean, yeah. Well, okay.
So you're a true American, but you're also a guest in your country.
Yeah.
So you're like a second-class citizen behind the 5%.
95% of the people are second-class citizens in America, according to him.
I like, even when he's getting these opinions from white people, is he like asking the 5%ers, or is he just asking any white person who might have immigrated after World War II? Like, how does he even differentiate? How do we even do they have a special card? Do you have a hey, nigga, we've been here 10 generations card?
Like this whole thing. I still don't know what you were wrong about, Sneako.
Bro, we'll get to that. But he's
We'll get
cooking,
to
right?
that. Who's cooking?
Sneako.
Sure. He's toasting, which just involves pressing a button. I wouldn't say cook.
I think he's
toasting.
cooking them. 95% of the American population are guests, citizens with passports. That's a crazy claim.
Just
The
because
host religion gets to assert a level of dominance, unfortunately, because they are the majority and they're the ones that.
But
found
the
it.
founding fathers didn't intend for that. They didn't even say that. They didn't say they want Christian dominance. If they wanted
I don't
Christian
know about
dominance,
that.
if they wanted
I don't
Christian
know
dominance, they
about
would have included the Bible and the Constitution. They would have said Jesus.
Well, they did that, like I said before, to avoid issues between Baptists and Protestants and Catholics, because this was an issue back in Europe with the church and the state being involved and intertwined. But when they forged it, they didn't expect, oh yeah, we're gonna have freedom of religion, but let another religion come in and dominate.
What about like Chinese festivals?
And
That's
disrupting-
a public display of their culture.
Yeah, well,
I hear what about?
I'm not a fan, dude. Honestly, I don't think we should have any of these fucking parades.
You shouldn't have parades.
I don't think we should have cultural parades. No.
There was just a Yom Kippur celebration in New York. They
Get them
walked through the
niggas out of
streets.
here.
But it's not going to happen, bro.
but
New York is a very diverse place.
All the Irish people that helped make this country, right? All the Irish people that
St. Paddy's Day?
St. Paddy's Days, we forget that.
Get him out of here.
Out the window.
Again.
So all the Italians that came here, right, after World War I and helped build this country and all these businesses, out the window.
Again.
We've established that 95% of the people are.
What about Chinatown?
No, that's of course not.
Again. Koreatown?
No.
The Jewish Quarter?
Right. According to him, definitely not. So, but he's established that 95% of the people are not in their country. So we're gonna have no parades for 5% of the. So we're gonna go with the rules of the minority. But when we talk about trans people, you don't want to talk about that because they're too. What's the logic here?
There's no logic.
Okay,
He
cool.
just yapping.
We're good.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
thought.
That's why I think Sneako doing a good job. Good job.
I have shit on these parades and shit all the time, bro. Like I am not a fan of like any of these. Puerto Rican Day Parade, I've made jokes on that shit because they're fucking Americans. What the fuck are they doing? Nobody cares about reggaeton, doom, doom. Like, and this is kind of where,
So is that them asserting dominance?
to a degree, yeah, for sure.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We have a super chat here that is bringing a wonderful point. Asnain Khan that says, irony, those 5% he's referring to were colonizers who stole the land in the first place.
Oh, you talking about the Native Americans?
Yeah, so it's like it's the 5% that are left. It's not even their country and they are guests because it's not theirs.
Yeah.
Like, what about the Hare Krishna? Every park in New York City, if you go to Washington Square Park, Central Park, you'll see all these bald white people when they have the monk outfits on. They're like, Hare Krishna, banging the drum. I see that every single day. In the train stations, in the park, they do it loudly in public.
Look,
it's not a big deal. I just see them. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, hey, and they offer you a book.
And you're used to it because you're like in New York City, you're around these all the time. Like my thing is I think once your worship starts to get to a point where you're disrupting other people, I think that's a problem.
So no Christmas.
No, because
Santa
the
Claus
founding
is-
fathers.
No, Santa Claus not even from here.
Ooh, talk to us.
St. Nicholas.
Okay.
That's not from here.
Okay.
And we shouldn't have none of that. That's not even Santa Claus is not even Christian. I've read the Bible, no Santa Claus. Not in the Old, not in the New Testament. No Santa. check him out the window. Easter with the rabbit, check it out. Easter with the bunny is a pagan fucking thing.
Every time I see these parades and I see these Dominicans just salsa dancing in the street, I'm like, they're asserting their dominance.
So you join them.
Thanks. Them Latinos can dance.
Like,